to me, it's part of my being. Being on the waterway is what makes me whole. Whether it's, salt water or whether it's, snorkeling a stream looking for freshwater mussels, there's nothing that makes me happier than being on the water. And I think that a lot of people during the pandemic and in general have decided or have found that, the water is their happy place too. We're seeing lots more people out fishing now. We're seeing more people recreating. It's really important, to maintain that balance or that connection with nature. Everyone has a cell phone. Everyone loves that cell phone, but I think it's really important to put that down and walk away and get out and explore a stream, a creek, a lake, a river. We are here in Armstrong County in Pennsylvania, looking at freshwater mussel populations. So behind me is the Mahoning Creek. Still has some problems today from acid mine drainage, but it was really bad 30, 40, 50 years ago. So much of western Pennsylvania was impacted by acid mine drainage, by incredible deforestation. The whole state was basically clear cut. Fast forward to now, we're seeing recovery in those watersheds, and it's a really wonderful thing for me to be able to go out and survey those streams and try and document what we have today. If we have hellbenders, if we have mussels, if we have brook trout, our waterways are doing really well. Freshwater mussels can live up to 100 years. So if we have adults of a certain species in a given stream, that's one of the ways that I can see that, the water quality in this stream has been very good for quite some time. If we have those species present in an ecosystem, it means it's intact. An intact ecosystem is going to benefit us in the end. My favorite way to explain it to people is that freshwater mussels filter feed. That's how they make their living. They are providing an ecosystem service to us. They're cleaning water for us for free. We didn't get any here today, but you look at a mucket, Actinias ligamentina, and they are capable of filtering over 20 gallons of water per day, per individual. When you get into the Allegheny, you'll have beds of thousands of them. So if you extrapolate that out over the course of the whole Allegheny River, the ecosystem service that one species provides is unbelievable. Well, if you look at the Allegheny, there's 24 plus or minus species in that system. They're a part of stabilizing stream beds. Macroinvertebrates love to colonize on their shells, so you'll have like a mini ecosystem on top of those mussel shells. There'll be caddisflies attached to them. When those caddisflies hatch, they're going to feed the fish that are hanging out in the mussel beds, and so on and so on and so on. It just builds off of them. We're going to see a greater frequency of storm events like Superstorm Sandy, longer storms, higher intensity storms, lots and lots of water in a given shot. So climate change to our mussel populations, I would say the biggest threat to them is going to be the increased runoff. All of that rain that's coming into that system is going to carry, if it's washing off of roads, it's going to have oil, it can have grease, it can have all those petroleum chemicals coming into that system. Sedimentation is going to be the other big driver from runoff. So sedimentation is a big problem for freshwater mussels because you can basically completely cover that mussel. If the mussel becomes covered with too much sediment and it can't burrow back up through that, it's not going to be able to filter feed, it's going to suffocate and die. When we get these massive rain events, the water has nowhere to go but up. And when it goes up, it's now into my house, and that's bad. Flooding out here, there are some species of fish will complete their life cycle out in the floodplain. And if we can't have flooding, it's not good for those fish populations. So flooding is a very difficult problem. It's a human problem because of a lot of the building that we have done, a lot of infrastructure we've done, and we've put too close to streams. Infrastructure and climate change really go hand in hand. We normally don't see it until we get a massive rain event. When you have a road and a stream intersect, highway engineers, they want to make sure that the stream can go underneath the road can go over top, and as long as the water passes the road, we're great. A lot of times, culverts were put in that were too small. So we had round pipes that were 3 feet when the stream was 6 feet. When you have a Superstorm Sandy come in and you get 15, 16 inches of rain in a 24-hour period, what happens is those culverts will get so backed up that they end up blowing out, and they'll blow the road apart. And now you have communities that are cut off from EMS support because of that culvert being blown apart. There's not a single project we do without collaboration. We love working with the local municipalities. They live in the areas that we're working. I'm not an organization that's going to come in and say, hey, I'm from Indiana or I'm from Pittsburgh. This is what you need to do. That's a way to never work in an area again. The way that we do is I want local buy-in. I want the local Trout Unlimited chapter to be a part of the project. I want the County Conservation District to be a part of the project. And everyone brings their collective knowledge and resources to the table. We look at the problem and say, hey, this is what we need to do to fix this. And we invite everyone to come and give us their input. You know, they've lived there sometimes 2, 3, 4 generations have lived in the same spot. You guys know what happens in your watershed. I don't. I know how to fix things. Let's work together. You explain the local knowledge to me. I'll say this is what I think we should do, and we all work together. We take land cover data to take all of the fish data that we have, looking at water quality information from the DEP data, and we overlay all of that. And then we'll take that and match it to a culvert on a stream that we know. Let's say we have a really good brook trout population is down below the culvert, downstream of the culvert. We have no fish upstream of the culvert. We'll write a grant, partner with a local municipality, normally one of the conservation districts. So as a partnership, we'll all raise funds, go out, hire a contractor, take that undersized culvert out, and a lot of times we're trying to put timber deck bridges in. So remove any infrastructure from the actual stream channel so that you have the ability for that much stream to move through an area in a high water event. We can go out and we can pop a culvert and we can put a timber deck bridge in, and you'll have fish moving up in days. I mean, we have done dam removal projects where I've had the excavator in the stream jackhammering the dam out, and we stopped for lunch and notched the dam and come back and there's fish moving upstream that day while the excavator is sitting in the stream. We're increasing the range of those species, which is what the hope and dream is. And it's a twofold benefit because we get the brook trout able to move upstream, but we also get improved infrastructure for the people that live in the area, so they don't have to worry about their road washing away in the next storm. I'd love to see us pull things back from our streams. So one of the things at the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy that we have been doing is planting more riparian buffers in places that we can. Because trees along the stream is a wonderful thing. Those trees are going to help suck up that extra water. When the stream does get out of the bank and there's a great floodplain community there of riparian vegetation, it's going to slow the waters down instead of having a concentrated flow downriver. There's an intrinsic beauty that you'll see in the water. You put a mask and a snorkel on, and I take you to a mussel stream. I struggle to describe it with words, with how beautiful it is to see those mussels filtering and doing their thing, and the fish that are associated with them, and the macroinvertebrates that are present, and it's one beautiful ecosystem. I think my favorite way to tell the story is to grab someone by the hand and walk them out into the stream. To take someone out, and show them this is what we have here. To me, it's all about bringing the next generation and appreciating what we have in Western Pennsylvania. Is everybody going to think a mussel is wonderful? I don't think so. But I think if we can help draw that connection to them to at least appreciate how important they are, then we've done a good thing.